Okay. So, Mrs. Brown, I'm so glad that you were so kind to have this interview after you put with us for weeks and weeks as we implemented this program at the school. And but before we go talk about the program itself, I would ask you to describe a little bit about the relationship between Arlington Elementary and Arlington United Methodist Church.
Okay, so I came last year with open arms from Arlington United Methodist Church. They seeked me out to let me know they wanted to do a partnership with the school and that they had over the years been a partner with the school. I was excited. We sat down, we met. Anything we ask for, anything we need, we contact Arlington United Methodist Church, and they are there to support us, from mentoring to anything, benches, reading benches, uniforms, safety patrol trip, anything I ask, they're here for us. So it's a great partnership.
Okay. And so you've been here about a year and a half. You and I came at the same time, actually, with 2015.
Yes.
I think you and I.
Yes.
Yes. July 2000. Yeah, about that time frame. We both got here at the same time. And I've kind of watched the relationship strengthen. I think it's strengthened as we've got more involved. How has that partnership impacted the students, the staff, the faculty, in terms of working together?
It's impacted us a great deal. The students here know United Methodist Church because we tell them that's our partner. Because they do lessons in the class, we have readers in kindergarten, and like I said, our park benches, our reading areas, our gardens. It's impacted us a lot. It's built a community here, and so the kids know that there's other people outside of the school who care about them, and are looking forward to their success.
Good, because that's an important part for us anyway, is that the children know that the school and the church are working together for their benefit as much as possible. So when I came to you and said, Mrs. Brown, I'm in a doctoral program, and I'm looking for a way, something meaningful that I could possibly do. And I remember you brought up two subjects, math and bullying.
Yes.
And I quickly shared, well, math is probably not my area, but I could maybe do something with bullying. And so we got together, we talked about a program we could do, and so we came in and we implemented this Ubuntu program. As you watch all of that kind of evolve, what were your observations in terms of staff, the people coming in doing the work, the students? What were your observations around all of that?
Everyone seemed to be excited, even the volunteers. So when they came in and signed in the morning, they looked all excited. They had their lessons planned. They had their books. They were ready to go teach a lesson. As I visited the classrooms while the volunteers were teaching, kids were engaged in what was happening. I didn't quite know what they were engaged in because I never stepped into the classroom. I didn't find that out until we did like our review in January, and the kids were able to recite the chant that was taught to them. They were able to tell the meaning of the words that they learned, and they knew what the expectation from the program was, which was quite interesting. The teachers never said anything bad about the program. They always knew when the program was coming in. It worked. It was like a cycle. We knew on Wednesday mornings for our morning meetings, that's what would be happening. Our bullying reports decreased tremendously from last year to this year. So we say that that's because of the program. Not only because of the program, of course, we had some other things in place, but the program had a big impact on us decreasing the impact of bullying around the school.
That's good. That's the whole point. And so I know that some of the materials that we used, we had to really, in fact, we talked about some of them because some we really liked, but we knew we couldn't use it because it had too much God in it, but eventually we found the right materials. How do you think they were appropriate for this age group?
Yes, I really like that literacy was attached to it because there were books for every grade level. And we know that literacy is where Duval County and many other counties are struggling. So to connect literacy with the concept was very beneficial.
Okay, good. And now I know we left some books here for you to be used, and we want to keep those books. And we're also, so another question I wanted to ask about is, have you, so that was in September to October to the first semester. Have you seen any trends that have increased any bullying incidents, or are we about the same, or have they continued to decrease?
They've continued to decrease, so
Awesome.
we haven't had any influx of bullying reports. Just the other day, maybe last week, we've received a lot of new students. So with the program, it'd be great if we have like a session for the new kids who come in, because when that student came in, Ms. Glover and I was speaking to that student. We asked another student to explain to him how our school, and they mentioned Ubuntu. So we're peaceful, we're community. And so that student coming from another school didn't know what we were talking about, but we had to lay down the law then to let them know, because they were trying to bully someone here, teasing and taunting another student. And we shared that doesn't happen at our school.
Okay.
And
So is that a hint, Mrs. Brown, to come back one more time and do a follow-up? Is that a hint, Mrs. Brown?
Do a follow-up. So
No
I don't
problem.
know how we can do it with the new kids, because we got
Sure.
an influx around February. All of a sudden, we received maybe 15 to 20 new kids.
Oh, my.
And I know we did a review in January because we talked about new students coming, but then in February, more students came. So it'd be just a great idea to see how we could, when new students come, or if we have new staff, how could they be involved into?
So those can be some of our next steps.
Correct.
In terms of how do we keep this going.
Correct.
Okay. Let's see. So is there anything else that you would want to add to this in terms of your overall impressions? If you want us to come back and do it again, we want to come back and do it again, that's for sure. Or any kind of closing sort of comments that you might want to add.
Just that it was a great program. I love how we were able to connect it to our morning meetings, because we started morning meetings this year at school, and so the teachers already had to come up with ideas around morning meetings. But with the church being involved, you didn't have to come up with ideas for Wednesdays because they already connected to our morning meetings. And so it built a sense of community here. The pictures were amazing, so kids could see themselves, and that was a part of their classroom. I just like the overall program.
Okay.
And so I think it would be beneficial to have next year and the following year and any other years
All right
to come.
then. Well, Mr. Brown, thank you so much for taking some time out. I know I caught you in the middle of all that you have to do this, but I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you again.
Thank you.